So when it comes to, so you mentioned a couple of case studies around experience that you did, especially in the conversion between Web3 and e-commerce and different parts. Do you want to elaborate a bit more on that and just share? Because at the moment, of course, we have, of course, especially 2000, you mentioned AI as well. 2023 was definitely the year of AI. 2022 was metaverse, but it partly failed, and Meta took over the stage, but as well didn't go probably in some ways they wanted. But what I would like to do is, so from the perspective of everything you're doing right now in these conversions between, because in the end of the day, this technology is not just one technology, the convergence is between multiple technologies. So in your work with the yWhales, like a pipeline, for instance, I'm an executive, I want to go to yWhales, why I should go to yWhales, and what be one experience that I can actually help my business with. I think that's probably the question people ask, being very practical.
Yeah, so we're a relatively close community. So there's one of those things is that you'll start seeing these kind of appear out. We're not very public. We are public from the podcast perspective, but from the membership level and how we interact, we're relatively reclusive. I would say that when we think about the next iterations of Web3 and where everything's going, I think the best way to describe Web3 is the modular internet. That we're going to be able to say that each of these, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, tokenization, smart contracts, immersive, e-commerce, AI, generative AI, like those are all, pieces of a puzzle that we're going to be able to intermix with. And so the concept, one of the things I play around with quite a bit, that software is so much easier to deploy. We're not going to need one of my random theories is I don't think you're going to see like large email services like Gmail anymore. I think you're going to see very modular abilities that you launch your company. Everything is built into a variety of SaaS products, but you don't have to have like I'm creating an email server now. I'm going to go bounce back and forth. I believe you'll bring all those tools into a centralized portion that you have control of, you own, because that's at the end of the day what everybody wants is that ownership of their own data, the control of their own experience. We don't need storage is cheap. Internet connectivity is now satellite based if you need it. And so I think that what we're going to see quite a bit is that everyone's kind of redesigning their web infrastructure. Whether that's their ERPs, CRMs, their go-to-market websites, or their e-commerce. And so where people really come to yWhales, or they come to solutions, is they want to start that process today because it takes years. Any functioning business isn't going to make that change overnight. They're going to want to evaluate. They're going to do their due diligence, and so our contracts, generally a lot, go years because we want to kind of crawl, walk, and then run to make sure everyone understands it. So Launch XR is exactly that. It's an ability for everyone to play with it, get an understanding of it. I refer to it, and the team will get very upset with it. It's the earliest version of kind of MySpace for immersive. Any business can launch it. Any person can make a space of it, make it their own, and deploy that very quickly. You don't have to go spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on Decentraland to kind of have this thing that you may or may not ever need. So it allows for easy ramping up just as quickly as a Squarespace site. I can make it, I can use it, I can keep it, or I can dump it if I don't like it.
Practical, I love it. And it's actually, I think we need more of that practical approach towards this, because at the moment there's a lot of discussion in the space of AI, space of Web3, especially even blockchain is going back and forth. But like you said, we just need to move forward.